Hello and welcome. I'm so excited that you've made the decision to invest in yourself for your success and are going to join me on this journey of the Get Clarity Now experience. I'm so excited for you. I know that for me, this process changed my life, my focus, my relationships, how I felt about myself, and my business. So I'm excited for you and the possibilities that are inside of you and what's going to happen. Before we get started with the one-to-one work, there are some frames, foundations, concepts that I want to share with you so that when we do the work together, it's going to be a lot more meaningful and you're going to understand why I'm doing some of the things that I do, because this experience is going to be much different than any other type of work that you have done in the past. And I want to make sure that you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And when I might interrupt you or whatever I do, you go, oh my goodness, what's she doing? You have a better understanding of what to expect as much as possible here. So here's the beginning, the first video, so that you have an understanding. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see some slides, and it also helps me to make sure that I cover all of the content. So let's get started. There we go. So welcome to the Get Clarity Now experience. And the techniques that we're going to be using are a complementary intervention. Yes, I did put this in the agreement that you just signed, and I'm reminding you of this again because it's that important for you to know this. This means I am not a legal complementary healthcare provider. I am let me say that again. I am a legal complementary healthcare provider. I am not a licensed medical doctor. No surprise there. I'm not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. I do not have a master's in family and child counseling or a master's in social work. The self-regulated holistic treatments and client-centered disciplines that I am trained in and in which I have experience doing include consulting, coaching. I've been coaching since 2007. In fact, you could probably even say I've been coaching before that because I was in a human resources, learning and development role, performance management role, change management, leadership role in the 2000s and late 90s. So I've been doing this for a while. I have been trained in a process called timeline therapy techniques, neuro-linguistic programming, and hypnosis. These are my accreditations and my titles, if that's meaningful to you, so that you know who I am, what I do, and what I do not do. So our time together we will together discover what has prevented you from achieving your goals in the past. And it's most likely a mindset thing. There's something stopping you. Somehow inside of you, you've decided that it's not for you, it's protecting you or something. We're going to talk all about what it might be, and we're going to get to the root of the problem and change the root so that you can have a different outcome. That's what's so exciting about this. We're going to discover what's important to you. We're going to release all of your negative emotions from your past and any limiting decision that you may have made at some point in your life that's stopping you from the success that you want to achieve today. And we're going to establish goals for you to be working towards. We're going to be doing this work together because the work that I do is a do with process, and it has a 100% success rate. Or I keep working with you until you reach your goals. As long as you're taking action, I will continue to work with you until you reach your goals. So it's up to you to take action. So here are the 3 requisites for change. First of all, my role is to clean up your past. So I'm going to be listening to what you say to me, how you're doing the problem, what you're saying, and what you're not saying. And I'm going to be listening for all of that. Then I'm going to go and use my techniques in neurolinguistic programming, hypnosis, and timeline therapy to change your past and clean up your past. And that's the full breakthrough session with timeline therapy that I do. That's the process. And as we go through it, you will learn what it's about. So it's the questions that I ask, it's how I do the techniques, and your job is to take action. Take action. You're going to tell me what you need to do in order to reach your goals. I'm going to make sure that your mindset is clear so that you can do it. And then your job is to keep going out and testing, and keep going into moving forward and taking action towards your goals. And it's also to enforce your boundaries. Make sure that you're putting your needs first, or at least on the list. We'll talk more about that. And making sure that other people aren't stepping over your boundaries. And I'll have a little video later that you can watch on how we set boundaries and consequences in the world of neurolinguistic programming. And the third thing is you're going to always focus on what you want. Many people focus on what they don't want. So they want to be debt-free. I'm going to tell you, that's still focusing on what you don't want. I want to lose weight. That's focusing on what you don't want. I realize that it sounds positive in your mind because that's what our culture has told us. And I'm going to explain to you in the next video how that is not actually positive and focused towards what you want. What I want you to be thinking about is the number of clients that you want to work with, the amount of money that you want to receive, the size that you want to be, if that's what you want to talk about, the relationship that you want to be in. Focusing on the things that you want, not the things that you don't want. Here's what's going to happen throughout the time that we work together. Breakthroughs are going to happen. Mini breakthroughs along the way as you do this full breakthrough process. Here's the fun thing. They're not fun. And you'll know that you're having these breakthroughs when you feel bored or fatigue or anger or frustration. And they happen, and you want to celebrate those because that's going to happen just before the breakthrough. And as my coach will share with you, it's often the breakdown before that happens before the breakthrough. So you'll have many times with this throughout this big process until you are easily and naturally moving towards and taking action towards your goal. And you're going to see some pretty miraculous and magical shifts. It's pretty cool. And you won't know it until you're on the other side. So bear with me. Sometimes it's not fun is really the message that I want to get through to you here. And celebrate it and move through, keep taking action. That's the key. When you don't like those uncomfortable negative emotions, keep moving forward. And if it's really keeping you stuck and you're not able to do something, then you need to reach out to me. That's on you. Let me know. We'll put in another 15 or 20-minute session at time that works for both of our schedules so that we can make sure that you're set up for success. Okay? And the last thing I wanted to chat with you today in this shorter video is you need to believe. Unless you decide, you'll never believe. And every belief you have, you had to decide to believe first. So believe in yourself, believe in this process, surrender to this process. I will tell you, it works every time. So decide to believe, and this will work for you. I'll see you in the next video.